All right, folks, we're back. Apparently, we have a uThermal related story for y'all. Also, a lot of people been using those codes. Price pulling them up to $257. Remember, we got enough money to make this at least a $300 event, but with Jibby, or not Jibby, excuse me. Well, Jibby's here. Hi, Jibby. But with Janie Jane and 47 is throwing in some real money, this should be a little more than 300 by the time we're done with it. So, thank you guys for using those codes during the break. But yeah, Maynard has a uThermal INnoVation related story, apparently.
Yeah, coming into this series. So, as I mentioned, uThermal's a friend, and we talked a little bit at Katowice last year, March last year, 2017, where he beat INnoVation in group stages, and also mentioned that before that group stage match happened, that uThermal, yes, INnoVation is the God Emperor of Terran. He's lauded to be probably the best player of StarCraft 2 in the history of the game, but uThermal has a winning record against him. So,
wow,
stats don't lie, guys. Yep.
Wow. I guess INnoVation's the one who needs that extra game in the best of 5 versus uThermal.
Right. Exactly.
Well, we have both semifinals ready at the same time, so man, I'll let you take your pick. Do you want to do the TvT or the ZVZ first?
Dude. You know what? TvZ is always sweet. That's going to be dessert. So TvT for the main course.
Okay.
Let's go.
TvT first, then Solar versus Impact after. All right, so
uThermal, I was just saying in the chat while you go organizing that I was asking uThermal, do you still have that winning record against INnoVation? Because I don't know if they've played each other in anything since we last talked. Apparently not. Apparently still has that record, but he's basically saying that that's going to change in a few minutes. So he's not super confident. It is INnoVation, so I understand.
Oh, I just realized INnoVation is actually not using a barcode. That's pretty sweet.
Wow.
Okay, quick reminder to all the players, just mentioned in the chat, but to the audience, that these are best of 5s, not best of 3s. We did this because of the low signups today, basically because we're missing a couple of matches. We'll just make these ones a little bit longer. I didn't want to agonize anybody with best or double eliminations and things like that, so yeah. I know yesterday we had the confusion, and it was best of 3s when I read best of 5s. Today it's best of 5s on purpose for actual. Got a donation just now coming in too. Thank you very much to J Dies. $5 to say glad to see BaseTradeTV alive. Keep up the awesome casts. But with donations like that, it's not a problem.
JDS 17, is that the one? You just saw in the chat there.
Maybe that's his name in chat, but it's just JDIEZ. Or Z?
Well, if JDIEZ17 in Twitch chat is someone else to JDIZ, then that's going to be surprising. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's you, sir, and thank you very much.
All right, well, folks, players are ready to go. Let's hop into Blackpink. Game number 1 of the semifinals. See you soon. Welcome back, folks. It's game 1 at a best of 5. These are the semifinals for the last BSTL Lite. Talk more on that in a moment. But I'm joined by Maynard, and we're getting into a really sick series, so let's get the intros done. To the bottom left, it's my honor to introduce the Blue Terran, INnoVation.
Could talk about that guy for an hour. And this guy in the top right, the greatest Terrans of all time as well. This is Team Liquid's uThermal.
I'm curious,
also,
actually.
There's a typo in chat that I actually think would be a really sick, transformer name or something like that.
What's that?
Someone tried to command Maturino, and they wrote Machirion. Like, ooh, Machirion. Now that's a platform of tournaments that I could get behind, because that sounds quite metal.
Machirion the Centurion.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're using the noggle. Well, you know what? You can go on with what you were saying, Rifkin, before I interrupted you. Go on.
Well, you say you could talk about INnoVation for an hour. I'm just curious. I know what the first thing I would jump into for a fun conversation for an hour is. What would the topic be of INnoVation for you for an hour?
The topic for INnoVation? His path through StarCraft and how amazing he is, and whether, what style he's going to bring for us.
Good. I'm so glad our answers are so different.
I
Because
know
mine
what
was.
you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do.
Talk about his balance whining. It's the sillier answer, but honestly, I think it does add more personality to INnoVation, and I think he's been the face of the, emotionless robotic Koreans, when really he's actually quite a funny guy.
Yeah, he's a bit of a memer. A lot of the uThermal is as well. Like uThermal,
You know what it is
Optimus.
actually?
Those guys are all in a crew, and they're all very memey. And I think INnoVation is basically the Korean version. It just happens to have won a few GSLs.
It's a memer versus a shit poster is what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah. Guys, it's so funny. Like, I don't know if you guys all watch GSL or if it's outside of your time zone or whatever, but when the reason Rifkin brings this up is like it's very blatant when INnoVation complains about balance, because he'll do it in his winter interviews after like 2-0ing top 10 GM Korean players. Of all the times when your complaints don't matter.
It always starts out so humble too. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, I think this is not my best matchup. It's not so good, but because Zerg is fucking broken." That's after winning, like you said, 2-0 or 3-0 or whatever it ends up being. Like, this is a bit of a problem for uThermal. He just sent his Reapers out, and the build order does favor INnoVation for this pretty heavily, even if the Reapers aren't home. But that Cyclone is pumped him out in just a second, so this has got some time to do some damage, but this shouldn't be too bad because his command center was much faster. In fact, INnoVation might just be one basing this straight up.
He may be, but he's going to get like 4 or 5 SCVs here before he gets chased out. Make that 6.
Over 7. uThermal's getting some counterattack damage though, and you know what? uThermal mined through all of this. INnoVation pulls all the SCVs and loses an almost equivalent amount of workers. So this actually, in my opinion, way worse for INnoVation, and just mostly because of the close to equal damage, but more importantly, the lack of command center.
Yeah, that's the big deal here is, yes, you look at the workers and you're like, oh, well, that means INnoVation's ahead, right? No, because he's missing a CC, derp. There's a CC back at home for uThermal.
That mule is going to go crazy ham here on the income. But that being said, as we noted, it was kind of a one-base opener, so you've got this Cloaked Banshee coming up next, and uThermal doesn't even have his starport done. If you go straight into a Liberator, he's in trouble. Yeah, he's got to do a Viking. Please God, do a Viking. Well, he sees actually the lock-on comes down for the Cyclones. It takes the Banshee down to about half. The Cyclones are unfortunately going to be not in position for this, but he knew he needed a Viking. He just came out late. Starts it just now.
And this has Cloak as well, don't forget. So the lock-on of the Cyclone can be broken. The Cyclone should be able to deal with these Reapers in good fashion, but the Banshee is going to be really annoying. He's going to lose a lot of SCVs here.
These were taken care of pretty promptly, and the fact that was only at half health helped out a lot. Another Banshee coming down though with turrets, so he won't have to continue burning scans, will provide that detection he needs. Still, uThermal has, I guess, in a passive game would have taken a nice lead from this because of the command center timing. INnoVation's now is finishing up. He's only going to be a couple SCVs down. If this Banshee can pick up even like 3 or 4, it'll be pretty nice. I think that this attack from INnoVation, or this harassment, whatever you want to call it, from INnoVation is kind of even things out more than anything. It's not put him in a lead. Yeah. But it's been nice. Some of these SCVs are a bit low from taking some of those shots from earlier. Not many in one-shot range, but still a bit worrisome. Yeah, solid start. Raven on the way here for uThermal one more time, that being a pretty clutch unit in that game 2 on Catalyst against Ryong. Turret and Cyclone here. This is not a place for the Banshee to do too much work. I think a scan to finish that thing off might be worth it. I don't even know if it would be. I mean, only kill 2 workers at this point. Just follow. You know it's out of juice soon. Yeah, it's true. But the Raven, I love, man, I didn't even consider how big of a deal it is. Cyclones are just, oh, well, this one's a bit of a problem. Cyclones deal so much damage, and for the anti-armor missile, to explain how this works, guys, if you have 0 armor and you take -3 armor from the anti-armor missile, you will actually take 3 bonus damage from something that shoots you. Something only shoots you for 1, something is shooting you for 4 type thing, right? So these Cyclones attack every 0.1 second. That is so many additional attacks that are all getting +3 damage. Like, I didn't even consider how amazing that was. And uThermal showed us last game. We might just see use of it again here. Yeah. At the same time, though, if it's a little bit more finessed, if you, like, there's not Cyclones, if INnoVation's got tanks like this, well, the Raven can still help. The interference matrix disables them. And also the Shredder missile, just to add on to that point, does more damage with the splash as well from the previous patch.
yeah, like an extra bit of damage. So softens things up a little bit.
Wasn't
It's
it
nice.
still 30 in the previous patch? Or what was it beforehand?
Oh, wait. The big buff, I think, was that it instantly casts.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it doesn't have a lock-on period for you to like go, oh shit, here it comes, like a Hunter-Seeker missile. It's more like, pew, there it goes.
Yeah,
and
you can
know,
actually
you don't have
launch it.
Yeah. Pretty big deal.
He's going to scan and see the front, by the way. I love that barrier
Oh, that's a
simulator
dead
too.
Banshee. Ooh, get out of there.
It's a shame uThermal doesn't have a single siege tank. This would be a great spot to set up and deny some gas mining out of his opponent. As they are both going into mech at this point, confirmed. Second factory, third factory.
Yeah. It's a vintage mech from INnoVation with the new mech coming down for uThermal, locking down and getting rid of one of those Banshees.
I don't know how necessary that was because the Raven could have been just the detection, but still prevents it from cloaking, so that's kind of cool. Another Raven coming out though. I love the new potential of Ravens. I want to see them break the matchup, and I want to see uThermal be the guy who breaks the matchup with them. Yeah,
man, bring him back. uThermal is a very intelligent and innovative player, pun not intended, considering the name of the guy he's against. Who in history, INnoVation hasn't really been innovative. He's more been the guy that, you know, someone will come up with a build and he'll be the guy that perfects it. Because his mechanics are pretty impeccable. But, uThermal's definitely a creative Terran here. Not quite to the level of Gumiho, but he's one of the first flag bearers of this Cyclone meta, put it that way.
Have you seen my new emote, by the way?
I have not. Tell me about it.
Because you just now going but made me think you were gonna, for no reason in context, say but shh. That's
nice.
That's my new little, here, I'm moving the chat.
No,
FastV actually is the one. FastV's the one who made me make this emote, and I'm like, this is bloody brilliant. For every bad joke I say on stream, like I've got this is the best response to it.
Yeah, it's nice. When I learned how to do that on a drum kit, my dad was not very happy with me for a week.
Did you just do it for everything?
Yeah, because I bought a well, first of all, he was upset because I went to a shop and bought a drum kit without telling him and brought it home. He was also pretty mad about that. But then when I learned that, I did it all the time. Like I'd be in my room on the drum kit just practicing, and he'd be like, "Hey man, dinner's ready," and I'd be like, "I'll make some stupid joke or something," and then go and he'd just roll his eyes and leave.
I'm just imagining you know, glass to the wall, listening through, waiting for the moment of your dad to punctuate something to your mom, and then just boom, from the other room, and he's like, "God damn it, Lee!"
Yeah. He goes, this TV show is more stale than your bread rolls, honey, and they'll be on the other side of the house going.
Well, TV show or TvT show, because that's kind of what's happening here too. Players are playing a bit slow, but that's okay because it's not Cyclone versus Cyclone, so I'm very excited to see how it plays out. Typically speaking, Cyclones have really been the kingmaker in the matchup, but guys, like tanks trump Cyclones. If you've got 3 or 4 of them set up, that damage is too much. 70 a shot without upgrades against units that only have 180 health.
Yeah. It all piles on, man.
It does.
Double upgrades for INnoVation. I'm gonna like his army.
Is this perfect defense?
Ooh.
We got lock-ons from these other Cyclones.
One more lock-on. They're off cooldown. Do it. Okay.
Okay.
Not perfect, but not bad.
Doesn't lose anything.
Yeah. The Cyclone's like, ow, ow, and then it dies. So
Stop it.
Stop it. Don't. This is a big push from INnoVation, tying up with 1-1. Pretty scary looking army.
Yeah, but uThermal is sitting here on 3, going on 4 Ravens. I'm really intrigued. Like, I really want to make this like an emphasis. If he's gonna anti-armor things.
Oh no.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
yeah,
it doesn't matter what you anti-armor if the tanks kill you first.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunate movement of the army there for uThermal. He's just going for a big. Oh my God. His entire army is out of position on an attack here. He has 3 Cyclones at home. Oh, and 4 Ravens apparently. Auto turret's back, but it's not that good.
He's gotta be careful. He's dodging out those Vikings best he can. It's the tanks that are the problem. He just threw away all his Cyclones trying to kill a base. Only kills 4 workers to lose every Cyclone. I think uThermal may have thrown a little bit here, Reynard.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like that. It's a little bit of an odd maneuver. He knew the tanks were there and they weren't going to go back home, so he got caught by this attack somehow. Ravens are coming in and they do interference matrix 5, 6, 7 of these tanks. Oh my god!
The Ravens might still go down to the Vikings, but this lets him clean this up. This would otherwise be an impossible situation to break.
No.
The thing is,
And
though,
the CC and the natural lives as well.
well, for now, he's not repaired, and he's busy pulling the boys. Fourth base down. Doesn't matter if you lose that CC, burn it at home.
Yowza. I mean, this army from INnoVation is still pretty damn scary.
GG. GG.
He scans and he went, nope, I'm still dead.
You know, I think if uThermal actually had that army on the defense, he didn't split the Cyclones, go for the traded out attack. With the way he used his Ravens, I think he wins that fight. That was just him, like, moving out of the map is sometimes a great decision. That was not in that instance.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if after seeing those tanks losing 3 of those Cyclones, you just pull back into your natural or split them up between the third and the natural ready for a sandwich with all those Ravens ready. Then I could see that going very well.
By the way, thank you very much to OFU. Good to see you, man. I know you've had a flurry of accounts, but this one's on 25 months for that resub. So thank you very much. Long-time support, dude.
Nice. Good old OFU.
It's nice to see the fans still supporting StarCraft when Blizzard won't.
Oh
Joke
my
about
God.
diva and topical drama. Am I right?
Man, Diva, like, I know the dev said that thing, but he's not right.
Right, so
I
here's
know he's
the
a
thing.
developer of the game, but he's actually wrong. They
Here's the thing
actually
I wanna-
did. Yeah, anyway.
Like the comment for me on this really is I am not tied to Diva in terms of lore or
No, I don't care.
It's the
Yeah.
the absolutely no reason to reverse engineer this is what got me for this. There's no intro for this. We can talk
I don't care, but they also like are wrong. They actually did retcon it. So
Yeah, I mean, you've got numerous accounts of people finding Jeff Kaplan like directly saying she's a StarCraft pro. It wasn't a game that her dad played. Like she was the StarCraft. I don't know, man. Drove me nuts. I couldn't. It was one of the first times I ever felt truly American, in where I was being offended on other people's behalf.
that's very Californian of you. But let's introduce the players before we continue to rant. In the bottom right here, currently down 1 in the series from Team Liquid, this is uThermal.
And in the upper left, it's going to be the Red Terran INnoVation. Biogenesis, also a bit of a funky map. It's pretty short. It's got some very concise ramps around the natural, and even one that you can wall off. So this could be a really unique map if players go for Cyclone, but all of these things tell me defensively, tanks are going to be the better choice. So if this game 2 looks any similar to game 1, despite uThermal's cool tactics and Ravens and what have you, I think that the style of INnoVation is still going to play out better on this.
Well, I actually think that 1-1-1s can be quite powerful in this map because of this short rush distance and a lot of those, well, a good chunk of those units being in the air. This map is very, very two-basey. You know what I mean? Like the third base is tough and awkward to hold.
INnoVation,
yeah.
He's worried
looking
about
for proxy.
uThermal.
Yeah. I mean, uThermal has been that Reaper guy once upon a time.
It's a pretty proxyable map, though. You gotta consider how wide these mains are, how hard it is to actually cover everything. In fact, we saw a really cool build out of, I want to say it was Hero yesterday, but my brain's a little fuzzy, where he hid. He didn't actually build a pylon at the front of his ramp. He built it like in the corner over here. So any scouting would make it look like a proxy or something weird. So, I mean, there's just a lot of dynamics to the proxy for this map.
Oh,
Well,
3 versus 1.
Yeah, but also INnoVation pulled 2 SCVs to scout with. First blood.
Yeah, there it is. Nice.
We just had
you know what? Sorry, go on. A
Oh, I was
donation.
gonna say,
Yes, we did.
yeah, from a very fine gentleman in chat, I must say. Logic, good to see you, man. $10. What is passion can never die.
Nice. What up, Logic? You god. Thank you for the support. You know that there's another thing that Overwatch is doing that's really, really weird to me. That has been weird since day one. You know Roadhog, the character? Obviously you know Roadhog, the character.
I love Roadhog. One of my best pickup lines comes from Roadhog, actually.
Hook, line, and sinker?
Yeah, I mean, same logic. So if I go into the game and there's like a girl, I'll sometimes be like, hey, if I swap to Roadhog, would you hook up with me? You're welcome, guys. Feel free to use that. It works about 50% of the time.
Yeah, wow, that's a pretty good win rate. Success rate, I should say. That's
Better
pretty
than my
damn good.
TvT win rate.
Hey, well, you got to log in to play TvT if you got to have to get that win rate up. That's the problem. But what I was saying is that Roadhog, like, they sometimes say that they say that these are the Australians, then they say Roadhog's New Zealander, and then they say he's Australian again, and they can't decide what the hell he is. They're like, no, this guy's a New Zealand, he's a Maori, and I actually hosted the Overwatch launch event in Australia, and the developer said, no, he's New Zealander. He corrected me. I'm like, oh, okay, no worries. And then Jeff Kaplan said he's Australian, and I'm confused. And then, you know, when I started playing Overwatch and I played a lot of Roadhog, he is American, my friends. That is an American accent.
I can see where the confusion comes though, because I mean, have you heard him speak with a mask on? It's basically the New Zealand accent. Am I right?
And he's like, ready to go whole hog. I'm like, yeah, that's not what a New Zealander sounds like.
In fairness, man, you realize there are people who are American that have British accents, right? Like, you know that you could be an Australian and have an American accent.
I think they call them douchebags. I think they call them douchebags when you're an American and you sound British.
Touche bags. We got the Reaper poking over here, but that's not a big problem. INnoVation's when it might be in some trouble. We do have that interference matrix coming to lock out one of the Cyclones, but he's still going to win 3-2. uThermal's got to turn channel and get out of there. Oh, by get out of there, I mean get out of the game. Holy guacamole. Also, yo, speaking of guacamole, Jesus, OFU threw $51 into the prize pool, but that doesn't stop there, because Montyune, good morning to you, Monty, $100. So the prize pool is at $428 right now, and we still have like $50 something plus in codes left.
Dude, what? Crazy.
That is sick. That is so sick. Well, this time's out. Well, uThermal says he needs a break for the bathroom, so we're going to take a commercial break here real quick. But thank you guys for supporting this tournament and helping the players get that prize money. Again, the distinction here for everybody watching, if you want to support the players, you love INnoVation, you love Solar, uThermal, etc. Oh, sorry, INnoVation's asking best of 3, best of 5. Then do the match arena, because all the money in the match arena is going to the players. If you're feeling generous enough to help myself and Maynard out, do it on the channel, be it through bits or through donations here. But that is the distinction between the two. We don't take from the match arena, and the match arena doesn't benefit from donations on the channel. But anyways, small commercial break, guys. We'll be back in 2 minutes, and game number 3, possibly the last game of INnoVation for uThermal, when we return. Hey folks, we're back. Thank you for chilling with us during that break. We actually had another donation come through. We're gonna quickly play this on stream because it's from a very lovely person. We got JD Jane coming in with $10 to say you guys are great, but this is mainly for the music. Oh, you got good taste. Let's do it again.
Oh,
it's
shit.
Just yes.
Damn. God,
right.
that bass though.
That base trade though. We're getting into Acid Plant, guys. INnoVation and uThermal. If you're just tuning in, this is a best of 5, and uThermal is currently down 2 games at the moment. But showing some creative use of Ravens. Maybe just trying to practice this technique on the best Terran out there. It's not a bad thing to do.
Yeah, worked against Ryong, but yet to work against INnoVation.
Well, spawning here to the top left, he is on his last life, and it is match point, so he's got to play tough. He's got to play hard. It's the Blue Terran, Team Liquid's uThermal.
He works hard, he plays hard. And in the bottom right here, multiple GSL winner, God Emperor of Terran, this is INnoVation.
Yeah, INnoVation is a pretty solid dude. He's made it to several finals of tournaments, but I was actually a little bit shocked when yesterday he lost, and we ended up having Impact versus Hero be the finals. Not something I expected after watching INnoVation and Hero square off in the Alima League just days ago. So we're seeing a lot of trade-offs, but with Hero not being here today, this tournament might just favor INnoVation if
maybe
Solar advances to the finals, but maybe he'll struggle against Impact again. I say with a question mark.
Maybe, and as much as I would favor INnoVation against Solar, or I would, well, probably more Impact than Solar, I would say that I wouldn't be surprised if one of the Zergs on the other side of the bracket took it as well. They are very, very solid players, and they have beaten him before.
Yeah. Also, quickly to note, because I know the brackets were not updated for this beforehand, but they are now. If you guys haven't seen, the prize pool split is percentage based. It's 60% for first place, which is the majority, frankly, 20% for second, but 10 for third and fourth. So folks like uThermal, even if he does lose here, he's still going to get what is a chunk of that prize pool now. Same with Impact and Solar. So all the players going forward from here on are in the prize money for today's tournament. And again, it's been souped up super sick thanks to Montiun, thanks to OFU, and everybody else who's contributed so far today.
Yeah, and the Match Arenas page has got all the wonderful names of all the people that have done justice towards this tournament, and just giving it a little bit of extra love. Ooh, uThermal's going to put the proxy pants on. By the looks of things here. Oh my goodness. Maybe a Liberator? Maybe Banshee?
I think this is funny because Kelzer tried to pull this off for his INnoVation yesterday, and it did work pretty well, actually, but it didn't win him the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it can work and it can not work. It depends on what your opponent's going for. With INnoVation's build, though, is the starport's not going to be too far off, so I don't see him doing tons of damage. Both Reapers staying alive, still a bit of a scuffle here. There's that starport.
Swapping over for some Hellions real quick. Maybe double Cyclones? Yeah, he's not.
He doesn't have the gas for double Cyclone.
Yeah. It's like two different versions of this, right? It's either two Reapers and a Hellion, or two Hellions and a Reaper. Either are pretty good for early game skirmishes.
Liberator is the option here for uThermal. So obviously this hits a lot quicker than the Banshee because you don't need to wait for the... and it doesn't take too long to build, all things considered as well. These two Reap, natural. Done.
Oh, you are cutting out a ton, Maynard, FYI.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's just get that. Let's just get that restarted, I guess. Sorry, guys, audio problems. We'll hashtag Australia. You know how it is. But the Liberator, as he mentioned, as it comes in at a much faster time, it's also one of those things that is getting more of a pain in the butt to clean up than a Banshee. A Banshee's kind of fragile, cloaks and moves, but the Liberator, again, you can't even, one full lock-on won't cut it.
Yeah, I mean, INnoVation does have two Cyclones, but they're not together, though.
INnoVation's also skipped a Starport in favor of extra Cyclones. The Marine will be what does it, though. Without this Marine, this Liberator would pick up 6 or 7 kills. Now it's only going to get like 3 or 4.
Turns out Marines really do counter everything.
Yeah. That classic joke, right? Marine walks into a bar and says, "Where's the counter?"
Remember that old joke from Heart of the Swarm when the Colossus was a lot better? Like, why did it fall over?
Because it's imbalanced.
Yeah.
Now you just say that against Protoss in general.
Yeah, that's me. I'm just anti-Protoss. I'm a bad guy.
These Terran casters and their biases. It's ridiculous.
That's right. Terrans are such whining bitches. They just want the patches every 5 seconds. They don't just want to learn how to play.
This is actually an interesting dynamic of what's just happened here, by the way. INnoVation does get a cancel off. But while uThermal may have salvaged the starport, with his Cyclones being over here like this, he might not be able to save himself at home. In fact, he certainly won't. This might just be an awkward tap out. Yeah.
There it is.
GG.
Well, that was actually 3 games of awkward tap outs, I think.
Yes. Yes, it's pretty much exactly what that was. But I think we knew uThermal was going into this with a weird mindset anyways from the pregame discussion. So that is what it is. But the other series does need to get started. It's going to be Black-Pink. It's going to be a ZVZ. We're going to have Solar versus Impact. And I think this one will be pretty good. Solar and Impact are pretty, I think, on par for ZVZ. I would measure their other matchups very differently when compared to each other. But the fact that either of them go on to fight against INnoVation already sets up just for a very, very interesting finals. But these guys have just both, I guess, been waiting long enough that they're AFK. I do see Impact online, though, and Solar. Thank God for the friends list. So, see if we can grab them. If they're ready to go right now, we'll skip commercials, guys. But hopefully, they won't be AFK. Get all stuff sorted. Also, gotta get that Maynard guy in the lobby.
I wouldn't mind being in the lobby. You know what, Rifkin? I wouldn't mind casting StarCraft. That'd be pretty good.
That'd be pretty good? All right. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey,
Don't trouble yourself, just whenever you're ready.
speaking of casts and StarCraft, if you guys haven't been keeping up with what's going on, we've been referencing the BTSL. I said I would talk about this more in the cast today. Maynard is going to be there for a lot of the Korean morning casts, so like this hour, this time, for the BTSL Korea. So I know the BTSL Lite is coming to an end with this tournament today, but you're going to see more BTSL, more Koreans, and more Maynard in the very near future.
So, yes, sir.
All right, well, players are ready to go. Let's hop into it. It's Blackpink once again from map 1. We'll see you guys in game.